Welcome to the Croatia episode. If you are new here, I'm Lex. I'm the host of Mom Fine, a podcast dedicated to, just like documenting my travels and sharing my experience and, showing what that backpacker travel lifestyle is. Currently, that my trip right now is, backpacker hostel living and doing all that fun stuff. And me and my best friend were traveling for 2 months and now we're in Croatia. We're on our 4th week and we go home in a month, which is absolutely insane. Like so crazy. So we bust it. The Eurorail doesn't go to Croatia, so we bust it from Ljubljana and then bust it from Zagreb to Kronika, which is where we are now, which is near Plitvice National Park. And we're doing the national park tomorrow. You have to get tickets, reserve a time to go in. Our hostel does do like shuttle there and back, but I bought tickets on the public transportation because I wanted to get in there at 7 a.m. and I just wanted like a full day in the park. It's gonna be busy. I wanted to be the first ones in there, really like get in and like see it without the crowds, especially because it's also a weekend. Last night we got dropped off at like midnight and walked to our hostel. We had to let them know like what time we were arriving, so they left a key out front for us. And yeah, we just like walked here. We showered when we got here. Luckily the bathrooms are like disconnected from the rooms. Ali and I are in an 8 mixed dorm. I think right now we're the only females in here. We're just like totally fine. Like we met this guy named Jay and he's been hanging out with us. He's super chill. The rest of the hostel like went on this like 20k hike, but I was like, nah, we are not doing that. We're resting. Today's a designated rest day. Slept in a little bit, went grocery shopping, got stuff for like tacos and breakfast and pasta and like our snacks for tomorrow. And we really have honed in like our hostel grocery shopping of like what really works for us. And it was like 60 euros, so like 30 bucks each, which is not bad, especially for like the next couple days. Yeah, like guards of the hostel, like super chill, like good amenities like kitchen, other than the laundry service. I wouldn't really consider it a laundry service when only one person can do laundry a day, and it's just like, yeah, like Allie's literally in the shower right now washing her clothes and like doing it like that, and Jay literally had like some rope and was like we're gonna hang it up and like help her do that. Lockers though, like in Amsterdam I was saying like I hated the fucking lockers. Like any vertical lockers I'm just like not into, but these are like the horizontal big and deep ones, and like I really like those lockers, like these type of lockers. So lockers are good, rooms are big and spacious, even though there's like 2, 4, 6, like 8 people in here. Like last night this guy was snoring and I was like, oh god, I fucking can't. Yeah, excited for tomorrow. We have lovely weather. Also kind of wanted to add like my routine of when we get into a hostel, like basically like make the bed, set up the bed, unload our stuff, get just like what we need, especially when we're here like more than one night. I can like unpack and it just like makes the next 2 days, easy. But that's like pretty much what I do. Actually love my toiletry caddy. I think I've said it before, but I think something that hangs and has everything rolled up in one is like a highly necessity. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Okay, hello everyone. I'm so tired. Sorry for the background noise. Allie and Jay are talking, but it's okay. I'm so fucking tired. We did Plitvice.
Yay, sounds good.
Oh, my muscles. Oh, Plitvice. Okay, so we did the Plitvice National Park today, and it was stunning. I will say that doing it in autumn, the waterfalls aren't as, flowing, but it was still like pretty incredible. So we started at 7 a.m. Allie left halfway through, and I literally just got back, and it's like almost 6 o'clock. Literally did 7 to 5. You really only need one day in here. Like I'm really happy because we were like trying to figure out if we should do 2 days, one day, what we were gonna need. And we decided to do in just one day, and that was like all we needed. We got in at entrance 2. I knew we needed to get in at entrance 1. I didn't know the bus was going to take us to both like stops, so just know that when you get the bus in Kroatia, where we're staying, it will take you to entrance 1 and 2. Buy your ticket for entrance 1, because then what you're gonna do is like go down and see the great big waterfall, which is what we did. And like I have everything that I did on the Thatch guide. I just like literally can't pronounce their names, and I'm just like so freaking tired, but it was so fun. Like I had a really great time, especially when I was like left and it was just me. Like I just like literally went up to the upper lakes and like all that. So yeah, so we ended up getting dropped off at entrance 2, and we had to walk like 30 minutes like along the way to get to the main waterfall. If you would have got dropped off at entrance 1, you literally would have just gone straight down, saw the big waterfall, and then worked your way back up. We did like a mix of route C, K, and H. And so when you're coming back up from the main waterfall, and you want to go from entrance 1 to entrance 2, not only so that you can do the big waterfall first, but so that when you're walking up the path, you see all the waterfalls as you're coming. Like when Allie and I were walking down at the beginning, like most the waterfalls were behind us, so like we kept looking, which is like whatever. But obviously, like when we were walking back that same direction, we like saw the waterfalls. And then we went to the boat dock P3. So there's shuttle trams, and then there's like little ferry boats that you can take. And so P3 is where we went to, and we got like sandwiches there and some coffee and just hung out. And then we actually went on this like road that led outside of the park to these different viewpoints, because to get to those viewpoints from inside the park, the steps at like the great big waterfall is closed, so you can't get to it. And it was like 20-30 minutes. Like highly recommend doing it. There's like little pockets where you can look out and like see like the national park, and it was like really pretty. Like I was actually really happy that we did it, because I was doing some research and it literally said that it took like 6 to 8 hours, and I don't know where the fuck this person thought that, but that is not correct at all. And so after we did like the cliff viewpoints, we walked down, and then we took the boat like across the way to P2. That's where Allie like left, and then I continued. And then so at P2 I got another boat to P1 and like crossed that way, and then did like all of the upper lakes and like went around. And that was where like K and H and part of C like came together. And I definitely know that I like backtracked and like could have done better in terms of my route, but I mean, the lower lakes were like stunning, beautiful, but they were like so packed. Like there was points where like you were just like in a like single file line on these little like boardwalk areas, and like stop and go, trying to take pictures. Like obviously it was like really hard to take any photos like of like we saw people trying to take photos of themselves like with the background, and it was kind of like a hot mess, hodgepodge. Once I got up to the upper lakes, there was way less people. It was like very bliss and green and just like serene, and I was like really happy that I made it up there, because it was like really, really pretty, and I just like thoroughly enjoyed it up there as well. So that's like basically like literally just spent like the entire, like I think I hiked like 15-16 miles today. It was really good. I really recommend doing this national park. Like it was so pretty. The leaves are starting to change, like we're getting into autumn. And yeah, let's see, like what else? Like get your tickets before. There was literally people at our hostel who didn't have tickets and like couldn't get in. Literally got the bus at like 6:25. We got the last bus at 5, or not the last bus, but got the bus at 5. So that in terms of like transportation, get your tickets online. You have to pick a time to enter. It's also dog friendly, so hella dogs. Also hella people smoking cigs, and I'm just like, why the fuck do you feel the need to fucking do that? You're in this beautiful fucking place smoking a fucking cigarette. It's so it just irks the fuck out of me. That's it. I need to shower. We go to Split tomorrow, which we're so excited about. We booked like a party boat for the Tuesday that we're there. I give the park, I guess, 7 or 8. I think if I were to go in springtime and not on a Sunday where it was like packed, or like the week that they do the discount of autumn and it was not as packed and the waterfalls were more of a flowing, I'd give it a higher rating, but c'est la vie. So check in tomorrow. Hello everyone. Allie and I are in Split. We've been here. I'm not doing the mic because I feel like it's just better without it. That's just what I'm feeling. We're in Split. We got here 2 nights ago. This is our second night in Split. We took a bus from Croatia, which is where we stayed, and that's where we were last. And the bus was like super easy. It only took like a couple of hours, and we did a Flixbus, and so that was like super easy, super just like quick. We got here, the bus stop, and had like a 20-minute walk to our hostel. I'm gonna like show everybody what the hostel looks like and everything, but definitely not one of my faves. Like walking in like Split Old Town is really cool and like really, really cute, and it's like right near the ocean, and like walking through all the old town is like way cool. Everything, like when you get on the outskirts of like the old town, it's there's graffiti everywhere, and like our hostel is like, I don't know, it's kind of random, and we're like, this is kind of dodgy. But the actual inside, like we're in like pods. Like I'll show you everything. Like I'm in like my little cubby pod. Yeah, we literally got our food dragged which sucks. Like this morning we went and to like go get snacks for our day, and like our entire food bag was gone, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like we literally labeled it and everything, and somebody just like straight up jacked it, which is like so rude. Like who the fuck does that? Like I'm so pissed, but like whatever, like literally can't do anything about it. And like the host people, they're just like, oh, sorry, like so much food in there, so much food. So like that sucked. But yesterday we just kind of like walked to our hostel. We met up with Bailey, and we met him when we were staying in Lake Bled, and so he's kind of just been hanging out with us for the past couple days. And so we got dinner at Brava. It was really good, like super good food. And then we went and got ice gelato, and kind of just had like an early night. Well, we watched the sunset, which was like so lovely, and just like right out the port in the harbor, or yeah, like the port area. So like that was really good. We like kind of just like turned in and had an early night, and then we were gonna go on like a boat party, but because there wasn't enough people, they canceled it this morning, which sucked. Like with like off season, like it's not that busy. They said that they're like closing it out this weekend, like their last weekend is this weekend, and so they're like, well, you can do it on Thursday or this weekend, really we're not going to be here. So we ended up not being able to do that. So we just like had like a super chill beach day. We went and got breakfast. It was so good, like so good. And then like we went to the beach and just had like a super chill, just like a beach day. We like took the bus, we took bus 12, and all like the deets will be in the Thatch Guide. Where we went, there was like a restaurant bar. The cocktails were like 13 euros. They definitely were cheap, and just like honestly just like vegged out, like hung out, just like had a couple drinks, sat by the water, went swimming, read my book. And like yesterday we like walked around Old Town. Like there's like in the palace area, like there's like 4 gates that like go in to enter, so we like walked around there. There's also like this statue where you can like rub the toe for good luck, so we did that as well. And yeah, so I just wanted to add that that's like what we did when we first got here too. Then we came back and we got like Mediterranean. I got like carbonara. I was so full, and then I found this really good gelato place, and we got more gelato ice cream, and it was so good. Just like a super chill little vibe that we've had since we've gotten here. Tomorrow, because our boat tour got canceled today, we're doing another boat tour tomorrow, and this one is like, actually I'm kind of excited about it, because I'm like more excited because the one that we were gonna do today was like a straight up like boat party, like from like 2 to 8, and this one's more of like all day, like I think more of like a chill, like go see the island, relax type thing. So basically it. And then after tomorrow we head to Dubrovnik, and that's where I went to scuba dive, and like there were still a lot of people in the Old Town area, and it's quite touristy. Like I would say the restaurants are definitely up there in price. It does give like the touristy vibe, but I think it's a great home base if you want to like go to other islands. Like Bailey tomorrow is ferrying to Hvar and staying in Hvar for one night and then coming back here. Yeah, I would just say that there are parts that are like a little dirty, feety, kind of daunting, gotta be careful. Yeah, that's like pretty much all my update is. Just like our food got jacked and that fucking sucked. Boat tour got canceled. Went to go rub the toe for good luck and I fell. Other than that, like the day still came out to be like super good. Really nice to be by the ocean. We've done mountains and cities, and we haven't been by the ocean since we left Iceland, and so it's been nice. I also just wanted to add that the bus tickets were like €2. You can tap to pay, like use your card or pay cash, and they're good for 60 minutes. So if you buy one on one bus, you can like continue to use it on another bus. I also wanted to add that there are markets here. There's like underground markets and above markets, so that was fun to walk around too. The beach chair on the beach place that we went to was 35 euros to rent all day, which is like not ideal, but it was super rocky where we went, so it was nice to like have an actual umbrella and like a whole chair set up. Look at this crazy ass fucking thing. Is that a bite or is that just like a planet growing on my forehead? It's literally insane. Okay, what's up everyone? Sorry I look like a fucking crackhead. The day was good. The boat tour was splendid. You guys will see little snippets of it, but just to do like an overview of it, we booked it through Get Your Guide, and the company that we went with was Gray Line Croatia. It was good. Like we had a great time. Like I definitely would recommend it if you want to do something in Split and like get out on the water. We went first, like we had to be there by 9. They checked us in. We got like wristbands. You had 3 options for food. Food was included, veggie burger, tuna, or like a regular burger, which kind of wish I would have gotten the regular burger because I don't know, the veggie burger was just not my fave, but It was edible. They took us to a shipwreck first, which sank in like 2010. I think it just like sprung a leak and just like down it went. It was like really like a meter down. And you could like stand on it if you wanted to, but like obviously you fucking don't. Like we saw people doing it and it's like, why? Like stop. And then we like snorkeled there, had a good time. Snorkeling was like part of like our snorkel gear was part of the excursion. You just had to leave like a $10 deposit, and they also gave you a ticket, so make sure you don't lose the ticket. And then after that they took us to like another part of the island, because Split is like part of the mainland, and then we went to an island, Sofka. We went to Solka. We went around there and they dropped us off at like this cute little port, and we got out, got a little coffee, walked around. Nothing like insanely special about it, but you know, just like fun little walk around, get a coffee, hang type vibe. And then they took us to the Blue Lagoon, which was on Otok Dubrovnik Valley. I know I pronounced that so wrong. But the Blue Lagoon is just like this little area off of that island. Just has like really pretty blue water, and we got out there and swam. They actually have like their own private beach, which is like cool with beach chairs, but we ended up just like staying on the boat and yeah, just like swimming, and we didn't really get off the boat. Like we just like swam. We didn't feel the need to. And then after that we like went back. So they provided us food. They provided us like little like Croatian like donut desserts things in the morning. They were yum. There was like it's like a little donut filled with like a peach jam, and so that was yum. Didn't need all of that. I'm literally turning into a potato, but that's okay. Let's see what else about the tour. Greatly ran, very smooth, had a good time. Crew was great. They gave us wine after, like we could have as much wine as we wanted after we ate, because he was like, I know what happens when y'all drink and don't have food in your system. It's been a long summer. So that was funny. Great day. It was literally from like 9:30 to 5, so an all day thing. It was fun. I recommend doing it. I'll leave the link if you want to do something too, because we were originally going to do the party boat like I said, and so I would say that like, I don't know, I'm quite conflicted if I like still wish. Okay, the party boat was only like 26 euros I think, and like you didn't get drinks or food. You got like welcome shots, a pregame, and then I don't know, there's like something else, and that was like 2 to 8. And then this was more like a day, wholesome, explore. The other one's like a party, so you gotta decide your vibe. I'm not upset that we did this. Guys, my laptop has taken days. It just arrived in Italy and like it's stuck at customs, but at least it's in Italy. But it's been like fucking hella long. Let me know if you need anything else. Okay, yeah, anyways, back to the tour. Yeah, I would say that I feel like fulfilled, because we're also gonna go out. Ali found this like bar where if you go, it costs 20 euros and we get unlimited drinks from like 8.50 to 10 something, and there's like free pizza even though we already made dinner. Then you get like entry into like a club. It is a Wednesday, so I'm like, I don't really know how wild it's gonna be, but like we're gonna go have fun. Like even if it's not like packed, like we have fun, just us, and like we're gonna go dance, have some drinks, do all that. So that's like our evening plan. Like right now we're just resting, so I figured it would be a great time to podcast, even though like my bun is like getting chopped up. Yeah, and then we like went to the store and we made dinner. We did like pasta, zucchini, mushroom, sausage, onion type of dinner. It was delish. Good day. I think the party boat would have just, you know, been a fucking rage. All is well. Not bye. We'll see how tonight goes. Oh my god, I literally have gotten bit again. You guys, like, not a huge fan of this hostel. Not a huge fan. I want to add it to the thatch because I think we booked it because it was cheaper. But Jenna that we met, she's staying in the old town, which I would have preferred to stay in there, but I think we did book this because it was cheaper. So I don't want to forget to add this. You can't just walk around in your swimmers or like your swimsuit, or you can't be indecent at all. Like swimmers not, like you'll get a fucking fine, like $100 fine, like, or 100 euros, whatever. But just I wanted to add that because I didn't know that. Ali told me that, and so just, you know, be aware. Oh, also we saw trash and plastic bags in the water, and it made me really fucking sad. Like we have the opportunity to be like the best species, and then like we're like the worst species at the same time. It's so infuriating. It's just like so infuriating. So yeah, that's all I got. So peace. See you later. Hi everyone, I'm gonna quickly podcast while I'm like getting ready because I haven't podcasted at all since being in Dubrovnik, and I fucking love it. Like, I'm working here. I wanna like fucking live here. Look, I literally got this fucking gashed. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, so we left Split. We bussed here. You could ferry or bus. We bussed it. could have fared. Yeah, and that was lovely. Little tidbit about Split. We regret not going to Hvar, so if you're planning a trip, I would go and spend 2 nights or 1 night at Hvar. We had friends that did that and they said that they loved it and had so much fun. So I recommend doing that. We did not need 3 days in Split. Bailey also did the boat party that we didn't get to do, and he said it was so much fun. So like that's like a little bit about Split. And then like in Dubrovnik, like our hostel's like a little mom and pop place, and it's like on the outskirts of the city, so it's still like a 20-minute walk, but public transportation has been like good. Not as easily usable, like easy as like other places like where we could just use Google Maps, but everything else has been pretty solid. Okay, so we're on the outsides of Dubrovnik, like Old Town Dubrovnik, and like oh my gosh, I love Old Town. It is so cute. So we like got here, we like went out to dinner, like had the best dinner ever, like it was so good. And then we just like walked around Old Town. We like made like friends with these guys at dinner and like sat with them, and then went out after to like this Irish pub. And then after, yeah, I just like came back. I went scuba diving. Dive was good. Wreck was cool. And then Allie found this like closed beach club, and we just like hung out there. And then I went freaking trying to go jump in and knocked my shit. Like look at my nose. Like literally knocked the fuck out of myself. So then I was down for the count for the rest of the day, or for the rest of that time, because I was so out of it and everything. And so yeah, so like that happened. Not ideal. I just kind of like died a little bit, but now I'm back. And then like we went out to dinner, and then Allie found this like shop where it's like weed but not weed. Like it's kind of crazy. Got like stuff and then like smoked out on, like got dinner again at this like another really good place. We've just been eating dinner, going to the beach, having the best fucking time. Like I fucking love it here. Like the water is so pretty, so blue. Like I literally love it. Like all I gotta say about Dubrovnik is just like fucking amazing. I love it here. Like I wish I had more time here. Like absolutely love it. So that's all I have, because I have to finish getting ready. But just know, if you're planning on going to Dubrovnik, I'll have everything in the voucher guide. Hello everyone. I hope that the waves in the background aren't like too bad, but I just figured that like this would be like no other better like time to podcast. And I woke up early this morning and did a sunrise swim. Yeah, like I absolutely fucking like love it here. I just feel like the most at peace here. Like I think it's just like being in the ocean and being right next to it, and like it's just something about it that just, and the water here is just stunning and beautiful. But like the history in the old city, it's just amazing. We like the food here, like we definitely splurged, like for sure splurged in Dubrovnik, but between just like the bars that are right off the cliff, the Booza bar, there's another like a Mard bar. Hey baby! Walking around Old Town, like the beaches outside of Old Town were stunning, where I fucked up my face. Yeah, like we ate so good, we swam, we had so much fun. I had so much fun. We went out last night and we went to a couple Irish pubs and a couple like Irish bars, and then we went to this like other club. I forgot what it's called. Dubrovnik was so good. Wish I had more time in Dubrovnik, because I could just hang out at the beach and just chill and vibe every day. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I love it. Yeah, it's Croatia. I love you, sweet baby girl. You made me feel inner peace again. Take it on my word. I haven't, not once have I been like, I could live here. To like all the places that I've been. This is the one place where I was like, holy fuck. I would love to just continue coming back here. Oh, I kicked a rock when I was swimming and I fucked up my foot. Oh, me with my injuries. Croatia, I love you, but you fucked me up as well. Physically, emotionally, mentally, but in a good way in terms of my emotion. Physically, it was not too happy about, my face injury. Happy and safe travels. Love you all. Plug my jewelry right now, because like I love gold dainty jewelry, and this has been a fucking staple my entire trip for me. Like 100%. Like if you need your staples, Vanessa Flair. I don't know if you can see, but like my green ring, my gold little ring, my necklace, and like my earrings. Well, I don't like say anything about anything unless I like actually love it, and like the jewelry has been like my fave. So if you want to check them out, I'll leave like my link. I mean, I have no more storage, so I gotta go. Bye. Okay, what is up, everyone? From being at the beach to now being in Rome. We made it to Rome. We're back at Allie's host family's house, and I just wanted to close off Split and Croatia as a whole before heading into the Italy episode. So, just Dubrovnik as a whole, it is touristy. Like, I couldn't imagine being there during the summertime, because even during October, it was like still pretty packed. But we got so lucky with the weather. Like, next week, we're like finally getting into like where the weather is starting to turn. Like, other than Scotland, we have had amazing weather. The best I could ask for traveling in the off season. And Croatia was absolutely stunning. And so in Dubrovnik, like the public transportation isn't as easy as all the other places that we went to, where we can literally like input where we are in Google Maps and it will tell us like the bus, the times, all of that. It's definitely on an older public transportation system. And so our hostel, where we stayed, was just like a little mom and pop. Like, they live there, it's like their home, and they have like a separate area. And like their breakfast, there's different breakfasts that you can get, and it was like €8 for like the top notch one, and the mom's eggs were delicious. Like, I don't even know like how she like made them, but they were just like fucking delicious. And so I got breakfast there like 2 times in the morning. But there's also heaps of restaurants and places to eat, like not only in like Old Town, like where Game of Thrones is based off of, like the old city area, but like on the outskirts too. And so they gave us like the lowdown, told us what bus we needed to get. The buses run like every 20 minutes, and last one's at like midnight. They run late, and so like you could be sitting at a bus stop and like wait like 25 minutes. And so, but what was nice is that Uber was super available too, and like €5. And so at some times we were just like, when we first got there, because to get to our hostel, it's a fucking hike. Like, we met this one guy who did the hike, and absolutely fucking not. Allie and I would have fucking died. We would have, no. So we just Ubered, and it was €5. We were like, for the time, energy, and all of that, let's just pay the fucking €5. Like, let's just do that. And so that's what we did. I think we booked it, reasons why, because of price, but I would have actually actually I don't know, because I was gonna say, because Bailey, a mate that we met in Slovenia, who like, oh my gosh, he literally just like, he has become now like one of like a travel friend that I would absolutely love to stay in contact with and to see again. Like, you don't come across, at least like while you're traveling, like you meet people so and so, but like there's only like a handful where you're like, holy fuck, like I'm so happy I met you. And like, so far it's been Bailey and Emma, and we met them at the same place in Slovenia. Bailey's travel plans just really linked up with our travel plans, and so it just like worked out that we got like, anytime that we could, we were like all 3 together just hanging out, and it was just like warms my heart, because he stayed in like Old Town, and I think overall I would want to stay in Old Town. The only reason why I was kind of hesitant to say that is that on the day that I went scuba diving, we went to like the right of where we were staying. We veered off right to the beach that we went to, and then I met Allie, because where I was scuba diving and I went diving with Blue Planet, they were kind of like to the right, and so the Old Town City was to the left of where we were staying, and so we were kind of like in that middle. But we spent most of our time in the Old City, so for convenience, it wasn't like too difficult to get over to where we were. I think I would still like recommend, if availability, like all that, staying in Old Town, because it was so nice to be like, we just got really lucky that Bailey was staying there, because we were able to like leave stuff at his place and do all of that when we had like our just like day adventures. I went scuba diving, kind of bummed because I literally, GoPro stopped working, and I did a shipwreck dive, which was cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the company that I went with. I would recommend diving with them. The only thing with diving with them though, like when I booked double boat dives, I thought that we were like gonna go be out on like the water, do the 2 dives, come back, and like maybe be done around like 2:30. Well, they do a dive from like the morning dive is from like 9 to 12, and then they break, and then the next dive is until 2:30. So I wouldn't have been done until like 4:30, or like maybe 2. I wouldn't have been done until 4:30, and I just like didn't want to spend my entire day scuba diving, and so I just opted to do 1 dive instead of 2, which honestly kind of worked out, because then that extra money that I didn't spend while scuba diving, I put it towards buying a whole bunch of stuff at this market on the last day, so it like worked out good. Our last day, we basically just like romped around the city. We did the city walls. We got the Dubrovnik pass. And since we were there for 3 days, it gives you discounts to certain things. You get up to the walls, which cost 35 euros in general. And for the 3-day pass, it was 45 euros. And so we did that. And we did a couple museums. The night before, hold on, back it up. We went to the booze bar for sunset too. And like, that was amazing. That's where we went to after we left the beach club. We went to the booze bar. So good. So I highly recommend go watch sunset there. It was tears, like so amazing. So yeah, I wanted to add that because then we went to, there's another one called the Bard. We went there for like drinks and swimming because it was hot. Like, oh my gosh, it got so hot. And so we went there for swimming and just like hung out there. And then me and Alice, we were gonna do this sunset kayak tour. Well, when we got to the bar place, we were like, we're just gonna stay here on this fucking cliff bar just swimming. Like, we don't feel like kayaking for 2.5 hours. And then there was a little market because it was a Sunday. So I literally went to this market, got some like lavender essential oils for the fam, got some like spices, got some jewelry, got some olive oil because they're like, Croatia's like known for their like cold pressed olive oil. And so got like some good, this is the only place I've gotten souvenirs other than collecting my postcards. I was actually really happy to like be able to like finally get some shit. And so, and I got some t-shirts, like, oh, if you're there on a Sunday, by the Shame Steps, there's a little market. And oh, because you know, it's so funny that like super late night, the best way to also see the sights with nobody there, stay up 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, nobody's gonna be there. You may not have like the light of like, you know, the sun and stuff, but not gonna be crowded with people. There's a literal video, I'll insert it. There's a video of Bailey literally shaming me as I walked down the steps. It was hilarious. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. And there's like this really fucking sick ass fountain. It's just so cool. Yeah, so that was that night. And so yeah, then the next day we went to this little market. Like, oh my god, I had the breakfast that I went to, which is right near where I swam. So good, highly recommend it. Marco was my waiter and he was a fucking doll. Like, so sweet to me. Like, I got the matcha latte, I got the eggs benny, like chef's kiss. So good. Yeah, and then like hopped on our plane and now we're in Rome.
What's up, guys? So I'm no longer home. I am home. I'm currently home. And if you have watched all the other episodes, you know how the end of the eps usually go. We talk about costs. We catch up. We talk about current things because 8 weeks of fun happened last year and we're at the end of 2024. And so, you know, I like the end of these eps because I get to like realistically be like, hi, like currently, like what's up? This is me right now because the 8 weeks of fun was just like a wild trip. Oh my god, my lights are so bright. Like I can't even fucking see kind of. Okay. Anyways, before we get into the cost, I have to give you an update on my books. So, in the end of the Budapest episode, I believe, I was talking about the Ever Queen. Now, I've just finished The Mist Thief, which is part of the Ever King series, but it is kind of its own. It plays off characters that are in the Ever King and Ever Queen, and you meet them in those first 2 books. So definitely you have to read those books first, and then you read this one. But it's kind of like its own standalone book, but you got to read the other ones too. So I would say it's still part of the series. But at the beginning of this book, she goes like, oh, like this is like, you don't have to read the other ones, but like you definitely should to like get the full grasp of these characters. This book has definitely ranked very high on mine and Dad's like favorite books. Like it was witty, it was funny, it was the banter between the characters. It was just like an overall like really good read. Like Dad, it's probably one of Dad's like favorites books. Like, and so I highly recommend. It is on my library on the website, and it's also linked below in the description. So if you want to just check out like Mom Finds Library, like I'm such a bookworm that I wanted to create a space and to, you know, recommend books, chat book club. Like reading is like one of my favorite things to do while I'm traveling, and even I fucking love to do it when I'm home too. So then also when I'm traveling, I read on my Kindle because I just, you know, unless I've been camping, then that's different. Like if I'm like home trips or where it's only like a couple days where I could just bring one book, but with 8 weeks of fun, I had my my Kindle because, well, technically I fucking didn't because I left it in Iceland, but I had that Kindle app on my phone. So you don't even need to buy a Kindle, just get the Kindle app on your phone. Shebang is shebang. Actually, do you need a Kindle to link up with the Kindle app? I don't know. I don't know the details about that, but I've also linked a Kindle too. So if you want to check that out, if you're just, if you're not already a bookworm and you just like are like, you know what, I fuck with that shit. I want to like add some fun books to my life. It's completely changed my life. It's so fun. And yeah, so give us a read, but read the other two first, and the fourth one's not out yet. But okay, so my sister and my work wife, oh my gosh, you guys, the firm is closing, which I can't even get into that right now. There's so much to unpack there. I think I'm gonna do it's gonna be so long until this comes out, but I'm gonna do like the end of 2024, just like recap what's next, what's coming up. That's when I'll dive deep. But anyways, this book has come very, very highly recommended, and it's From Blood and Ash. That's the title, From Blood and Ash, and it's part of a 6-book series, I believe so, and the author is Jennifer L. Armentrout, I believe, and I'm into it. I've had mixed reviews. Like, one of my girlfriends was like, nah, I really wasn't that into it, and then my sister and my work wife, they were raving about it, and I'm into it. This romance has been minimal, but with like a 6-book series, I understand like where I'm like a third of the way in, because she's like a maiden. She's like forbidden to be touched. She wears a veil. She's like chosen by the gods, but she's like super rebellious, which I love because I hate when women are constricted and like told that they can't do shit and are just like, ah, and she's just like, because you get her point of view and you're like in her head with her. Her just badassery battles that, and so it's like, it's good. And like you have your villain and you're like a little bit of romance, and I see where it's going. It's kind of like vampire vibes, like too, which I was not expecting. Like, honestly, I had no idea what this book was going to be about. I'm into it, and I was into it by like the first 2 chapters, and sometimes it takes a minute for me to get into a book because you're world building, you're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on and shit. But this one caught my attention, and I was like, okay, I'm into it. Now I have like 6 more books to read, but oh my gosh, you guys, Onyx Storm comes out in January, so I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to read. But sometimes I have like multiple books reading. I'm like reading multiple books at the same time. So there's that book. And then Onyx Storm's coming out. So we gotta have book club about that. So if you're just a bookworm too, then, send me an email. Like, join the newsletter, because I talk about book club in the newsletter too. I'm always letting you know what books I'm reading. And the newsletter is just like so great. If you just want to like be a little bit more connected with me, I let you know when podcasts are dropping. Just like details and stories that are in each podcast episode. Just like fun little tips, what travel gear I have. It's just a little bit more of a connection, like a friggin', what do they call it? A pen pal. Yeah, a pen pal. Because like with Instagram, like you gotta wait for the algorithm, and unless like you're really fucking on top of my shit, then it might not show you all my stuff. And so the newsletter is where it's at, and I always reply if you want to email me back. That's that. And then, okay, you guys, also I got a curly hair routine. I don't know if you can like really see the curls because I'm wearing this, oh my gosh, this is the comfiest motherfucking thing that I got from Lulu. It is so comfy. It's just, I don't know, it's just like cozy and soft. I literally slept in it. I'm kind of still in my pajamas now, which is like kind of fun about being a podcaster. Again, that's why I only do like waist up, because then I don't have to worry about what I'm wearing underneath. I'm literally wearing what I wear to bed. But anyways, that's fucking besides the point. Sorry. My curly hair routine. So I got a curly hair routine, and like, so natural curls, kind of like really fucking loving it, because I've never actually taken the time to like style my curls. Like, usually I was like sleeping in a braid and that was it. But then I would get like the ends of my hair wouldn't be curly, it'd be kind of straight from where like the hair tie would be. And I was like, fuck it, I kind of want a good curly hair routine. And so if you're a curly hair girl and you got a good curly hair routine, let me know what you're using, and I'll let you know what I'm using. And if you just want to know what I'm using, I'm trying to get my Amazon store set up, and I don't even know if they've let me in, so I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. That's just like what's happening currently right now in my life is, books, curly hair routine. My acne is getting better. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, I got a red light therapy mask, and I'm kind of iffy about it, because like the idea of putting something on my skin is just like so fucking sensitive and temperamental that like anything could just fucking set it off. And it's just, you guys, I'm so proud of myself. I'm literally so proud of myself. My acne was so fucking bad like 6 months ago, like terrible. Like I literally had just like a beard of acne, hormonal acne, just like a gua sha fucked my fucking shit up so bad. Like I don't want to go into too detail about acne, because I'm gonna do like another check-in. Like let's chat about health, and like let me like dive deep, because there's so much that I could talk about in regards to just like my health and like what I've done like to just like become healthier and happier happier and just like mentally, physically. Like there's literally so many things that I could like dive into. Anyways, I just want to like give you guys an update because I miss you and I wanted to tell you what's going on and like tell me what you're doing and like what's happening in your life. So anyways, okay, I know that what you really came here to do is you want to know how much fucking money I spent in Croatia. So instead of fucking going off a little tangent, I just needed to give you a little update. So sorry. I needed to tell you what's going on. And you know, that's what's fucking going on. And you know, life's good. Life is good. I'll give you more an update at the end just in case you actually give a fuck about what I have to say about my life. But for the people who are like, bitch, fucking get to the point. Tell me about how much money you made. Or how much money I made. How much money you spent in Croatia. Also, puka, elderberry, and echinacea. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but good for the immune system. Drinking my tea. Oh my gosh, you guys, I did jujitsu last night. I did good. This guy that I've been trying to get to tap out for weeks, ever since I started doing jujitsu. He's got 100 pounds on me. This guy is fucking huge. So big. And I'm so kind of upset that I didn't record our roll last night because I would have gone on tape. I'm gonna fucking show you. But, and how this is... because I want to bring self-defense to Mom Fine. But, oh, God, I was fucking getting choked the fuck out, and my chin got, like, smashed, and my neck kind of hurts. But I got him with an arm bar. I got this motherfucker with the arm bar, and he's huge, and I was like, yes! And I just felt like so fucking strong and just so good. And I'm literally on my period, so my hormone, I'm literally at the weakest I am during my cycle and in my month. I'm literally the weakest physically, and I got him. So that was fucking cool. I just had to say, okay. Now, how much money did I spend in Croatia? So let me tell you. Let me just tell you what's on my Excel sheet. And if you want to look at the Excel sheet, it's always linked below. Let's talk about accommodation. Falling Lakes was in Croatia, I believe that's how you pronounce it, where we did the national park, and that was $63 a night, and that was for 2 nights. No, 3. We had 3 nights there. En route was at the hostel in Split. And that was $65 a night. And we had 3 nights there. So I think in each of these spots we did 3 nights. And then Hostel Lena was $72 for 3 nights. So yeah, so that was accommodation. So $200. And this is like individually for me. That's that. So moving on to transportation. We have the bus from Slovenia to the national park, Plitvice, which was $31, and then the bus into the national park was, there's like some cents and shit, but I'm just like not gonna say the cents. $7, and then the bus from Plitvice to Split was $26, and then the bus from Split to Dubrovnik was also $26, and then bus 12, which was what we took to get from in Split to, I believe, the beach that we went to, or it was just the bus that we took to get into Dubrovnik. I honestly can't fucking remember. I know we took like some Ubers, so that was like $10. So all of that was $102. So transportation for like 9 days in Croatia, and then I also have like my flight and the airport transportation to get to Rome, but I wanted to keep that separate because like who knows like where you're gonna go after. Maybe you're just going to Croatia, but I do think it was like important to add just from like, I don't know, just because I wanted to fucking add it. So it was $102, not including the flight and transportation to the airport, but with the flight, the Dubrovnik flight to Rome was, or maybe you want to go to Rome after Croatia, was $164, and then our Uber was $25, but then Split was $12.50. So $102 without the flight, $280 with the flight. And then activities, we had the entrance fee to the national park, which was $11. The beach chair that we did in Split, which was $35, and that was just like for one with an umbrella. And then the Hemp of Thrones, which was like the J's that we got, was $13. And so $59. Food was, so we got like at the bus stop in Zagreb, like waiting for our bus, like we stopped at this little cafe that was like $6. Groceries was $58. Dinner at Brava was $30. Oh, the Siri Biri Bella breakfast place, oh, that was delicious. That was $28.70. That was in Split. And then Mediterraneano, that was $36. What did we get? Greek salad, spaghetti, carbonara, another spaghetti, wine. That was a good spot. And everything's linked in the guide. Got some sandwiches for $5. Azur, that was in Dubrovnik. That was $33. That was delicious. Oh, that was really good. That was a really good restaurant. I think we went back there. Grodska Kavana I don't know what that is. So another restaurant, I'm assuming. I'm assuming it was a restaurant in Dubrovnik. $26. And then the Gianni ice cream, which was $5. Which that dessert place is so fucking good. So good. We went back there. I had tiramisu there. I got ice cream there. Like, oh my god, we were like high as fuck there. Like, oh man, that was a great fucking spot. So $2.17 for food. We definitely splurged on food, which is fine. Whatever. We were having the time of our lives in Croatia. I was like, fuck it, I can live here. I love this place. This is so fucking fun. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you're hanging out on the side of the cliff. It was a vibe. It was a fucking vibe. And I could have it was just a fucking vibe. That's all I got fucking say. It was just a vibe. I felt so happy there. I was like, this is sick as fuck. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be in the Mediterranean Sea, hanging out, just vibing, just scuba diving, just like doing what I do best, which is just, fucking around, having a good time. Okay, alcohol. So the booze bar, which is cash only. And I got like a little Prosecco wine bottle, which was $10. And then beers at the bar, $14. And then the Fotana bar, I spent $27 there. So $51. So, and that was it. That's literally it. God, I fucking love Croatia. So, not including the Rome transportation, only $629. That's not fucking bad. That's literally not bad. Like, when I calculated all this, I was like, what? And, like, give or take, I could have forgotten some shit. Like, I did the best of my ability to, like, keep track of costs. Like, I literally kept, like, a fat phone note. But, there's times where Allie paid for things, and I've Venmoed her for shit. Then I paid for things. So, it's an approximation about how much of it. But I feel pretty accurate. Like, I reckon, like, by the time, let's see, okay, hold on. I got one more thing to say, and then let's see how much money that I've actually spent. Because I reckon by now, there was probably, like, 7 G's on my credit card. From, like, literally buying all of my prep shit, like, before I even left, just, like, buying everything that I felt like I needed for this trip, which I've also is in the 8 weeks of cost. I don't think it's, like, currently updated now, but it, like, will be. And just because that's, like, a whole other fucking shit that I gotta link over. But that will also be just, like, all the things that I thought that I needed that I just, like, currently didn't have. But if you want, like, a nice, pretty PDF, I have, like, my ultimate packing list linked below. And that's, like, literally everything and anything that I think that you should buy. And then if you want my photography gear, then that is also linked below because I have a free photography guide. Okay, so including the Rome shit, it was $909. So, like, that, like, definitely ups the cost to almost $1,000. But are you fucking kidding me? Oh, gosh. Fuck. See, travel doesn't have to be that expensive. You know what I mean? I mean, it is fucking hard when you got, like, all this other fucking shit to, like, pay for. But that's why I just think that, I'm really honed in this year to be able to, like, really financially support myself with just, my photography and videography and, like, Mom Fine and to get into, like, a really solid flow so that I can, like, continue to do this shit. Like, it's fucking incredible and it's so fucking fun. Like, fuck. Okay, let's see how much money I've spent so far. So in Iceland, just to recap, was $733. London was $432. Scotland was $701. Amsterdam was $227. Austria was $238. Budapest was $506. Slovenia was $513. And Croatia was $629. Okay, $3,979. That's been like, that's so good. That's like damn near like a month and 2 weeks, I reckon. Because I forgot how much time we had in Italy. I feel like in Italy we had like 2 weeks. And we were gone for 8 weeks. That's not fucking bad. Fuck yeah. I mean, definitely could have been cheaper. Okay, and because it makes sense of why I would have like an extra like $4,000, because like I bought a camera, like I bought like hella shit, like, and I just I just like bought fucking shit. But okay, plus now let's do the $909. Not bad. I mean, you might look at that and be like, damn, bitch. And there's places that like Budapest, like I shouldn't have spent like $506. Like I think, well, it was Allie's birthday, so I bought us breakfast. We did a couple activities. I don't really know why Budapest was so expensive. Scotland was hella expensive. London, I really just like skip London. I mean, I don't mean that in like, I don't know why. It just was like, whatever. It really just like wasn't that crazy. Okay, so with the Rome flight, I'm at $4,259. Yep, that's about right. Yeah, give or take, because I have to dive. I think I'm gonna do like an episode of like how much I spent for 8 weeks of traveling, and that's when I'll kind of like dive deep into like everything, because there was the Euro train pass. That was like something that like I might have added into some countries just to like, I think for 5 travel days it ended up being like $50 for each time we used it. And then like my round trip flight home, like because I flew from Sacramento to Iceland and then Rome to Sac, like that was $728, and I just don't think I've added that into like the total. So, you know, give or take, like I know when I came home, like I want to say like between $8,000 to $9,000. So like, and that was honestly like when I did my research, that was like what I had budgeted for. Not really budgeted, but like, yeah, like budgeted, but like expected to spend. I was like, okay, like that's, but then there's people who I've met traveling that can do it like about like $2,000 a month. My math's not fucking perfect, okay? Like even with using the fucking Excel sheet, I feel like, I don't know, but it gives you the gist. It gives you, because you may spend more money than me, you may spend less money than me. You just like, all depends like what your budget is. But for, I would say my budget style is bougie backpacker. I'm staying in mixed dorms. I'm staying in hostels. I am cooking, but we'd also go out and we also indulged at restaurants, and we, you know, alcohol, like that's kind of, that racks up. We didn't drink like hella, but rental cars, like it depends. Like, are you just going to be training? You might not have like hella, like just like rental car shit. But for what we did in the time that we were gone, I would say that it was, you know, it made sense how much we spent with what we did. Pretty accurate documentation of like how much I spent. And I hope that this just like gives you an idea, because I just know when I was researching and just like being like, fuck, like I really want to do this trip. Like how much fucking money do I need? How much money should I expect to spend? And I would say like $8,000. Like I would say that that's like pretty middle high, and you could definitely go cheaper. Fuck my jaw. Like getting just choked the fuck out. It's hard, you know, but I feel like a badass. Like, I feel like a badass. Like, I feel like when I go out, I think that's like why, sorry, I'm like changing gears. Like, that's the cost of Croatia. I want to talk about jiu-jitsu now. And, before I like kind of go into, let me just say that I really did love Croatia, and I think that you should go and visit. Don't spend a lot of time in Split. Get your ass to Hvar. Bailey had a fucking great time there. I think Croatia has so many cute little villages and towns, and yeah, you would have a really fucking great time in Croatia, and I hope you go. And yeah, so that's that. Anyway, so getting choked the fuck out in jiu-jitsu, I'm like literally trying to like control my panic. The world is a dangerous place, and you know, you can easily be taken advantage of. And doing jiu-jitsu, especially doing jiu-jitsu as the only female in the class and going up against guys that have 100 pounds on me. And I know these guys from CrossFit, so it's like family. Like it really is like family. And like instead of being like embarrassed that I beat them, like they're actually hella fucking proud of me. They're like, fuck yeah. Like, cause they look at me as like a strong opponent, and that feels so empowering to me. And it also makes me feel really good that, you know, like I'm not an easy target. Like I can actually use your own strength against you. If somebody were to attack me, I can defend myself, and I can get them in a chokehold and fucking choke them out, and then if need be, break your fucking arm. I would never want to intentionally hurt somebody, but if it came to like my life or one of my friends' lives where like that needed to happen, I feel confident to do that. Like one of my favorite moves is an arm bar, and I could literally fucking snap your fucking arm. Like if I needed to. And I love the feeling of knowing that I have that edge in the world, because the world is a beautiful place, but it's also super fucking dangerous, and especially for women, and especially just for smaller people. And like I'm not like insanely small, but I am small, and the way that my personality comes off, you would never look at me and think that I could take on a guy that's 215 pounds, and I fucking can, and it's sick as fuck, and I love it. And I want to like bring episodes, like I haven't really figured out how we would do it, but literally like have episodes dedicated to like me in the gym with you guys, like going over a couple moves that you just feel confident. Like I think I've mentioned this one before, like if anybody grabs you from behind and starts choking you out, call home. Like you're my instinct now, or create space, like put your chin down, create space in your neck, because I've been in positions where like they've got me, where I'm getting choked out, but it's not enough to make me tap, because I've created that space so that like I can still breathe and not tap out, and then I'm able to move my legs in a way. Like I was in this one move where he literally had me, but I like was in the splits, and I literally I got my right foot hooked around his fucking head and literally like was choking him out. Like it was wild. Like I wish I had footage, but I will remember to do it next week. And so yeah, like if you're like ever wanting to like kickbox, jiu-jitsu, any combat sport, do it. Just know that the space that you go into should be extremely welcoming, should take their time with you, teach you, and should feel proud that as like a woman that you want to learn this and be in this space. And if they're not like that, well, then they're not a good space to be in, and you shouldn't want to be there, because I feel so comfortable and confident and just safe to be in these situations with these bigger guys that are like at one point like crushing me, who are like, but we're rolling, like it's close combat. That's literally what it is, but it's a slow sport. Like it's supposed to be like very slow and take your time, like you can get injured, and so with that, it's really empowering, and I'm gonna keep talking about it on Mom Fine and just my experience with it, because I hope it inspires other people to do it and find their own community in their own space to get this edge, because I don't want to hear about women getting kidnapped or taken advantage of or being sexually assaulted. And with my job at my law firm, like it's very real, and I've worked on cases where it's super fucking hard, and it's really disheartening. And you hear about domestic violence, and it's not just about traveling, just women in general, like day-to-day life, like we are just attacked for fucking being women, and it sucks, and it's hard to see and hear, and I hate it. And I think that they should teach self-defense in high school. I think that it should be required. I think you should have the opportunity to take self-defense in college if that is what you want. So I don't know when that's gonna come like a part of Mom Fine where I can actually like bring you guys along, and like the episodes are actually live action of like me and an instructor being like, hey, like here's some moves, here's what to do, this is some basic self-defense of what to do. Like what do you do when you're lying on your back and literally somebody's trying to rape you? Like what should be your instincts instead of just like flailing? Like how do you get them off of you? Like I know like in jiu-jitsu, when I'm on bottom and my back is to the mat and some guy straddling, like it's literally to push up on their hips and bridge with my own hips and shove them forward and use their momentum forward and then come out and come around. And so it's just like things like that, and I just feel like really passionate about like bringing that to Mom Fine. And so okay, I think I've chit-chatted enough. I think I've updated you guys enough on like what's going on. Dating wise, I'm kind of on Hinge. I go back and forth with it, and I don't really know. It's always when I'm ovulating. I was sick and I was bored, and I got back on it, and my Hinge like blew the fuck up, and I don't know. I might go on a date tonight, or I might just drum and edit Croatia. That's the tea. Christmas is in a couple weeks. I'm super excited. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope it inspires you to grow to Croatia. I hope it helps with your research phase. If you need any resources, they are linked below. Where to book your hostel, books to read while you're traveling, the Croatia guide, if you want to see my Croatia Gallery and just see photos from the trip. What else is in there? Travel insurance, my travel credit card, join the newsletter if you want to chit chat and be pen pals. Like the newsletter is packed with so many juicy goody things. Yeah, check that all in the description below. And if you like this episode, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know, give me a rating on Spotify. You could just like do the stars if you're on Apple and you're listening to this, which I highly recommend actually watching these episodes instead of listening. You can definitely can listen to them, you just won't get the full effect if you do listen to the travel with me episodes, but you still get all the juicy, meaty, goody details. Great Mom Fine. I would really appreciate it. It takes a lot of work and effort and energy and creativity to create these episodes, and I would really appreciate your feedback. It lets me know what I'm doing right, what I should be doing, how to evolve to be better, and just, all the things. Okay, well, I love you so much wherever you are. If you're in your research phase, keep on researching on and getting all the good, juicy tips. And if you're traveling, be so safe traveling. And if you're just like home trying to figure out what the fuck you want to do next, I totally fucking feel you, babe. And you'll figure it out. And, I love you. And I'll see you on the next episode. Okay, bye.